create an ambient that is conducive and excellent. If you know someone who knows something about ACs, please bring them. I have put over 150,000 into this. We don't expect to be sweating like this. But they just work for 1 minute, they will get off and then like that. So if you know somebody who knows something very well about this, send them to us, they will fix the AC. What I'm saying is that we create an atmosphere that will take away poverty from our mind. If you lose in your mind, you will lose on ground. And the way to win in your mind is to begin first and foremost to thank God that you are where you are. Thank God that you are alive. Thank God that things are not stuck with you. Even though you know that your leg is hung somewhere you cannot move, thank God that at least you are alive. Thank God for that one leg. A dear lady that I went to talk to with my friend, somebody was telling her that you now your own don't finish because she had an accident and then she has an iron in her leg. She uses crutch. He said, I am not looking for that. He said, if they cut this leg, it will not reduce my worth. Yes, even if they cut the leg off, it will not reduce anything. My work is different from whether I'm carrying an amputated leg. Many people are depressed that they are carrying. You know how people feel your minorities just by appearance of others. Someone appears very, very strong, very powerful, and then people are intimidated, people are afraid, people are ashamed. Thanksgiving. You must encourage yourself. It will be difficult, but you must do what? You must encourage yourself. Oh, Father, thank you. I don't know you will take me this far. Like my wife was living and she was saying, when did we say Happy New Year? You already know. Do you know how many people died? Do you know how many people died? Do you know how many people who are in hospital now who doesn't have money to be discharged? They are well, but they are still in the hospital because they don't have resources. You are carrying yourself. Oh, it's Gary I'm drinking. Thank God a big lot is can take Gary. At least you can swallow Gary. Reverend Monday was challenged with the super coach for some time. And I knew how to move left my foot. He said, Anna, come on. He couldn't eat anything. He couldn't eat anything. You understand? That Gary you are saying that is Gary I'm drinking. Do you know some people cannot even take that Gary because they are. Have you seen someone who eats and the food is coming out of their body? Be grateful to God. Be madly involved in thanksgiving and praising unto God. My friend lost his wife and was showing the videos I couldn't watch. I don't know what they call collectomy. So it's a cancer. The cancer was a cancer of the anus that affected the woman, and they thought it was bad. They thought it was bad. They didn't know that it was cancer of the anus. It is called I will remember the name, but you know what it is. It affects that tract. The name is coming back. So she couldn't pass through. They had to open here. When she eats, she pulls from here. This place developed synopsis, and then they have to open another place. One woman took what on her stomach. That's where she was passing. It got to a point that the food cannot be controlled again. As she's taking it, it's coming out. They spent over 15 million. And the lady did that. It sold everything here. Came back from peacekeeping, built the house in the village and in Benin, sold the house in Benin, sold everything, sold his car, he sold everything he had worked for. Got into debt. The woman, they borrowed money, he borrowed money. A pastor came to pray for him, and in fact, MFM pastor, Olukoya, and Dr. Olukoya gave him 5 million. When they go to pray for the woman, for the wife, because they attend MFM, when they see it, they will not pray, rather they will give him money. Be thankful to God. Be thankful to God. Impossible and difficult situations are won over by thanking God. Oh Father, thank you. It is true that I have one eye, but I'm seeing. Other people don't. Thank you for this one eye. I told the story of a woman who was thanking God in the church, Anglican church, for 20 years. The last time the people decided that she would not give thanksgiving, she told the Lord. She said, I'm sinning no more, but these people think I'm not sinning. For the sake of these people, let them know I'm sinning. And boom, the eyes. Every Sunday, Mama comes to testify on how she sinned. And when she finished, she uses her stick like this and goes to sleep. The church became tired with her and said, this is your testimony, we will not give it again. And they said, one more time, one more time. If I give it today, I will not give it again. True to it, every time she stands before God, she thank God. In the secret, thank God. In the open, thank God. Don't just thank God. Let people know that God is good. Appreciate God. Appreciate God. Thank Him for the things He's doing. Oh, my children are not in school. Thank God you have children who are not in school. Other people don't have. So appreciate God that, Father, thank you. It is true that my children are not going to school, but at least I have to. That's how people win in difficult times. You can't win with an attitude of resentment against God and people. You can't win with an attitude of unthankfulness. You can't win with an attitude of complaint and murmuring. The people died on the way to the promised land. Why? Because they were complaining and murmuring. Never took time to sit down and say, we are grateful to God. And it was as a result of their murmuring that snakes began to bite. Every time they were remembering things that they could not see the possibility. They could not see how God helped them through the Red Sea to cross. And God said, this is your people, Moses. They are rebellious. That's what God calls a man who comes to me every day and who brings only his needs to do. You must increase the church members. 1 year now, we are only 5. You must take us to 100. And the last month I checked, the offering was just 1,000 naira. Bring somebody who can be given that of 100,000. Nonsense. I do thank God enough for the 5 people that He has given me. Listen and watch the life of Jesus. He has been teaching for 3 days. There was no food. Now He's asking the people, the disciples said, let's ask these people to go because the crusade is over. The people have been so engrossed in the message that they forgot that they were hungry. Jesus said, we can't send them home like this. They need to eat. The people said, 200 what penny of food will not be enough for this. What do we do? They said, anybody here with something? When they brought the bread and the fishes that the boy had, I imagine that boy to be a boy that was not a beautiful. Because every other person had finished eating whatever it was that they came with. Or probably they came there without food. But this boy was just there with a small biscuit. And when Jesus collected it, look at the first thing that Jesus did. What was the first thing that He did? He lifted it unto God and He said, thank you. It is small, but I do what? I thank you. I might not be getting more money now, but this 100 that I'm getting, oh God, thank you. Many people bring husbands, wives. The husband levels so much that he gives 1,000 naira. Is it all you can give me? No, I'm grateful. Even if it's not going to be enough, oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank God for this. I will wish that the Lord can take you to the next level. That's how to behave. The man will give more if he sees that the 1 naira he brings is appreciated. He will give. But when he brings it, like boyfriend and girlfriend, my head is 5,000, they throw it. You are no longer a girlfriend, you are a wife. So show the man an attitude of thanksgiving that at least when you demand for 5,000 and 3,000 is provided, the man will be able to say, I need to increase this. And like I told you, no time. I will just mention the second thing and I will go to the next thing. The second thing you do when you want to win in a difficult time is to obey the inner speakings of God in your spirit. If you want to win in impossible and difficult times, it is not the time to be listening to conflicting instructions. It is a time to listen to the inner speakings of God's Spirit in your spirit. God's voice in your inner man. He said, though our outside man perish, our what? Our inward man is renewed day by day. Day by day. You must begin, if you must win in difficult things and in difficult situations, you must begin to do what? To listen to the inner voice of your spirit. Many people are victims of their situations and their problems because they did not know the technology of listening to the inner. They don't know it. If you listen to your inner man, I assure you, you will not be able to stay too long in difficult times. The problem why, the challenge why many are staying in that level for so long is because they have neglected the speakings of the inner. Many don't even know it. God is prompting you. And can I tell you, when God begins to bring these information to you, they come in form of instructions. That's the first way they come. They come in form of what? Instruction. You begin to receive instructions to do certain things. You begin to receive instructions to begin to obey certain covenant principles. You begin to receive instructions to avoid certain things. You receive instructions to be at certain places. I told you the example of one time I was in Lagos. That was when I met Abraham's father. I was in the place, I was sleeping in the room that they gave us. And the Holy Ghost said, go outside. I felt that prompting. I felt it. I jumped outside. Somebody else told me, huh? And so I went inside again. I said, he said, go outside. I went outside. It happened, I didn't go again. I just sat at the gate. That did the come. Many people would have been sleeping when God is prompting them to rise up and do something. It will be instructions. That is the first thing that comes your way. When you begin to listen to the inner speaking of your inner man, he will bring instruction to you. He will say, don't go. You see this thing you want to do. Ask your brother, ask Gideon. He's about to do a business transaction. Talk to him to be careful about it. He's about to do a business transaction with someone. A business transaction with somebody. Talk to him to be careful about it. It will not give what he's looking for. It will not give the investment that he's looking for. I know he's a business guy, he's a sharp guy, but there's a business transaction that he wants to do. There's a business transaction he's trying to negotiate with someone. Okay, it's like an open door to him thinking. But the Lord is saying, if he goes ahead with that transaction, it will not give what he's looking for. Now, that's the word of knowledge that God is saying. First, it will come as instruction. If you don't get an instruction, you will remain in that season. It comes as what? Instruction. The Bible says, what? The path of the just is what? It's ordered by. You know how he ordered it? He ordered it by giving you instruction. That's how he orders it. He will tell you, go. I've kept a woman for you in the city of Zarephath. She has a small floor that she's going to make proper for you. When you go, tell her to make it for you. Even though she will try to resist that, this is the only one she has. But tell her to make for you first. And the prophet said, give me something. He said, the one I have, I'm going to give me and my son of God. He said, make for me also. When the prophet said, make for me also, that woman received sufficient intelligence to know that this was not just one of the guys who come around to beg. She knew that for this man to have heard that I am going to eat this thing and die, and it's a system that gives me out of it, there must be something about this request that I will not. Many of you that say, see, leave my house. The woman, though the same way instruction came to the prophet, was the same way there was an instruction. There was a woman being speaking on her inside. She obeyed. And the moment she obeyed, what happened to her? They leave. Many Christians don't know who God is. These instructions of God can come very painful. They can come very painful. They will come in a way that sometimes he will ask you to wake up at 1 a.m. Sometimes he will ask you to take 21 days. Sometimes he will ask you to take finances and give out. Sometimes he will just keep, and he will tell you, money will just come into your hand. You know, when I receive those instructions, most times I don't tell my wife. I just did something last week. I said it casually, but it was an instruction that came. The text society and give it to myself. I was scanning who to give it to, but when I received the instruction for a definite person, I just moved in that direction. When I came back, I told her that I could see the joy in the eyes of the person that I gave that, and I was so happy. It gladdens my heart. You understand? You receive instructions, and your ability and your willingness to obey is what will exit you from every difficult and tough time. If you want to exit tough time, it's not praying. Oh, somebody will say. Many people have been praying prayer, and the more they pray, or you don't say they are praying nonsense. Because they are praying, but they are not being sensitive to the instructions that come. Prayer, I have always said it, is a two-way communication. And then you have been doing for 10 years and your life has nothing to show for. The problem is because you are not receiving instructions. The first thing God does to a man when he wants to exit such a person from a difficult life, difficult problems, difficult times, is that he brings instruction. And one instruction, one will be okay to live. The woman came to the prophet and said, you know that your servant was the one that loved God. Now he said that the creditors have come to carry children because it was a borrower. That was Prophet Obadiah. Because it was he who gave 7,000 prophets and he was borrowing that money to feed them. Those prophets he came, they were not supposed to go outside. They were in one location, so he was borrowing money to keep. By the time he died, the problem has become so much that nobody will come to solve that problem. So the woman ran to the prophet, and when she shared the problem with the prophet said, "What do you want?" He said, "I have a small for you." What is that? He said, "Go into the room, go into your house, shut your house." Instruction. Why didn't he say go and everything? The woman had to receive an instruction, divine instruction. Everyone you see that succeed and get out of difficult problems, they did that by instructions, by working, carrying out certain and definite instructions that came their way. If you obey it, if thou will be obedient, if thou will be obedient, if thou will be obedient, that's where you get happen. You obey instructions. When you obey instructions, you get out of the challenges. Can someone help me look at Romans 8:16 as we move to something brief and a short one? Next Sunday we'll consider the other ones. No time. It's going to be short and about 5 minutes. Can someone help me look at Romans 8? The Spirit itself, even though it reads itself, but the old KJV put it itself. Okay? Without spirits, we are children of God. And if children, then yes. And yes of God. Okay? Okay, read on. For I reckon, this is what I was looking for. Hear me. This is what I was looking for. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared to what? To the glory that shall be revealed. In whom? Many people lose out of the way. Many people. God is allowing certain things to happen, not because He wants you to be, He wants to weaken you. He wants to write a signature on your happen. There's a far way of glory that God wants to bring out of your life. But it will be by faith receiving instructions from God. Many Christians don't know that the way up is the way of instructions. Many Christians. You just jump out and you begin to do a business. It doesn't work that way. Brother, when you move in the city of Jalingo, Lord, what do I need to know about this city? We prayed that prayer here yesterday, right? Pray that prayer. What do we need to know to conquer this land? There is something we need to know and share with them the story of President Dahosa. There is something people know that made them to have certain results. If you don't know it, you can be angry, you can get frustrated, you can say all manner of things you want to say, but if you just get justification that you don't know. If you know the way, if you know the secret things that make for relevance and authority, you will walk into it. And these things will come by receiving instruction. Did you hear what he said? Instruction. Instruction. It must be in you. And then you carry it out. Many people have received instructions from the Lord, but to carry them out, they now challenge it. But no, this cannot be. Sometimes even God is even angry that this matter you are bringing to me, look at this instruction I gave you 5 years ago. It was supposed to finish this thing. You didn't carry it out. Why is it disturbing you with this? Go and carry out that instruction. No one of us goes to the hospital and argue with the doctor. It's only in church that you see church people arrogantly don't know anything, and then they will argue with pastor. So if you like, stay there and talk with me, sir. I will do what I want to do. You now, 10 years from now, we will know who was right and who was wrong. No one goes to the doctor. If you meet someone like my doctor in FMC and they call her Dr. Blessing, with your 50 years, you will still subject your entire life to a 20-year-old. Are you not reading the story that's happening in Jos? The organ harvesting saga. You go to hospital, they want to do you operation. Don't agree quickly like that. Instructions. I think the Lord is just speaking to someone. What you need to get out of that challenge is to listen to the inner man. Listen to the instructions that the Lord is giving you. Listen to the instructions. Everyone that got out of it got an instruction from them. Everyone. If you don't receive an instruction, you will be there like every other person, and what is consuming every other will consume you. It was my friend who shared a story with me. Armed robbers will lay him on the road, and he didn't know. Coming back from Makurdi to Jalingo, he didn't know it was armed robbers. And he stood there, and within a split second, like 15 people were armed. And God said, off your lights and move now. Pastor Morgan here. Not talking about him. He said, the Lord said, off your lights and move now. And when he off his light and move, inside his Mercedes Benz today to move and white. And they drove to Jalingo. And all the firing that the guys fired on them, the vehicle did not stop. When they got started. By the time they come out of the car, and thank God I saw the car, but then we are not close. All the tires were down, the wasting were down. But no single bullet got them. At one time, he was in Yola with the wife. In that market, that day, the blast. He entered the market and God said, a bomb is going to explode. Leave here now. Now he grabbed his wife and said, bomb is going to take off. One man said, what? He said, bomb is going to take off. Let's leave. As they got out of the place, boom. Instructions. People are alive or dead by the level of instructions that they get and they obey. Many of you have received instructions from God or not. So that's why you are where you are. I leave it here, and I want you to go back to God. Engage that challenge in thanksgiving. Engage that problem in thanksgiving. You have a child that is misbehaving, don't worry. You have a marriage that is troubled, don't worry. Well, business is not working, don't worry. There's a health challenge, don't worry. Rise up and carry something. Roll on the ground from this side to this side. Roll here from this side to this side. Thank God at least for the things He's doing. For being alive first and foremost. You know the greatest gift of man is not materials. It's life. It's life. It's life. As long as you are alive, everything you hope for, you will get it. As long as you are alive. So many people just go for, hey, Father, you are not giving me this thing. See, this is how the way it is. No school fees. I don't have money. Not even thanking God for life. Someone give you life for goodness sake. There's a service for Nigeria. And I want to let many of us